Will he still be able to join once you go live?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first live podcast with the Whew Chile Chronicles podcast. And we're celebrating 1 full year. Oh my God, it's been a whole year. And I got some guests with me. I got my bestie and I got my boo thing from Colombia all day long. So I got just Yada and Brock, and they're going to introduce yourselves and then we're going to get right into it. So let's go. Yada, go ahead. Tell the people who you is. She can't hear me?
You get
it? It's going in and out. I can't really hear. Can you hear me?
Okay, we're going to go with Brock. Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Brock James. I currently live in Los Angeles, California. I'm the host of my own podcast show as well, too, called Split Check. It's a show where we talk about customer service horror stories. Check it out. I'm always looking for new guests as well, too, so hit me up. Instagram is @TheSplitCheck, or you can hit me up on my personal is @WhoBrockJames. On Instagram, that is.
Yes, on Instagram. First of all, the fact that your podcast is about customer stories, I got a few of those.
Okay, because I definitely, you definitely are going to be on, and this was just something that kind of came out of the pandemic, just sitting at home. I was like, you know what? I don't work a job anymore, so let's just talk shit on the jobs that I was already working.
Period, because... I used to work in retail, honey, and them customers, they something else. Like that whole bullshit about the customer is always right. They not.
That is a bullshit lie. That's a bullshit face lie. The customer is not always right. And you know what? Look, there has been times where I've been like, you know what? I can clock off really quick and take this apron off. It's nothing to me.
It's nothing.
I can go get a retail job elsewhere. I could go get a serving job elsewhere. Those shits is a dime a dozen.
Okay.
So if I gotta beat your ass while I'm here,
it be me. Wait till I clock out. Meet me outside. How about that?
Just send me my last paycheck in the mail.
Period. Just Yada, go ahead and introduce themselves. That's my bestie, y'all. That's my best friend. Yeah, real bad bitch.
Wait, who's Doja and who's Saweetie?
We a little bit of both. We kind of mixed in.
Right, we mix. We the perfect mixture.
I fucked with that answer.
Yes.
Y'all see, y'all. I got my my Cubana kiss. If y'all don't got it, go get it.
Yes, actually, I want to announce while we're in the beginning of the introduction stage, if you have not gotten your Cubana Kiss merch, your Whew Chile merch, because next week is actually my birthday, starting Sunday, you can use promo code Cubana32. You get 32% off because, I'm well into my 30s now. So it's just whatever. So you can get your Cubana Kiss merch on sale starting Sunday, and it's going to go through Sunday. So it's going to be from Sunday to Sunday, Cubana32. We're going to get straight into it. Yes, you better get you a Whew Chile mug. You need you a Whew Chile mug.
Nothing to
Yes, you need you a Whew Chile mug. Give me 1 second. It looked like, yes. Ivan or Play, whatever you want to call.
What's going down?
What's up? So we are in the introduction stage. Play, introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
I'm Ivan, nickname Playboy, Paxton.
Who called you that? Who called you Playboy?
Who called you that?
Who the fuck called you Playboy?
Who called you that?
Everybody, and that's legally my name. I paid money for that name, so.
Yes. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So to get started, we actually going to switch it up a little bit. I know you guys are used to me interviewing small business owners and Black business owners, but my listeners have spoken and they want more of Cubana. So that's who I'm going to give y'all. So to begin everything off, we're going to start with a sponsored segment, No Sweat by K. I got my Black as Fuck t-shirt on by No Sweat by K. And so we're going to get into tonight. Let's talk. It's the relationship cards. And it's relationship debates. And I'm gonna pick a random card, y'all. This also means I don't know what the card gonna say. Okay. So it just is what it is. We get a card, we're gonna answer these questions off the rip, and it just is what it is. And I'm gonna pick this one. Okay. If I can get the cards back in the box. All right. The first card that we have, y'all, it says, a woman's best friend is a chronic cheater. Her significant other feels uncomfortable and doesn't want them going out together. Is he being unreasonable? Since your name is Playboy, I'm gonna go with Playboy. What you feel, bro? What you feel?
Man, I feel like with me personally, I feel like everybody entitled to do whatever they do. So I don't do the insecurities or the jealousy. So if I don't see signs of anything, I'm not gonna trip over it.
Okay, you better be secure
I like that
and shit.
answer. Right.
Wait, I have
your shit.
I have
Go
a
ahead, bro.
question. What was okay? So a woman's best friend is a cheater. Was that the okay? What was the second? What was the second part to that question?
The second part. So we can switch it up for you, Brock. But her significant other feels uncomfortable and doesn't want them going out together. Is he being unreasonable?
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see how this question is framed. I kind of agree with Playboy. Like, if there's just really no signs that you really need to look out for, if the person that you're with has never alluded to doing something along the lines of cheating, then you shouldn't really worry about it. Now, you should tell your significant other to check their friend.
Exactly.
I don't know how people's relationships are set up to where like that sort of chronic cheating happens. It might not even be cheating, but in that particular, relationship with the best friend, they know what's going on. So they need to check their friend. And I think that you need to tell your, hey, your best friend is fucking up. Get them together.
Get them together. So Christina Billy on Facebook said, what she got to do with me?
Exactly.
Yada, is that how you feel?
That's how I feel. What she's doing or what he's doing has absolutely nothing to do with us and our relationship. If we good, let us be good. It's not bothering us. I'm not cheating. You not cheating. We're good. So what he or she is doing ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over here.
I agree.
So mind your business. I'm gonna mind my business, and we good.
Mind the business that pays you.
Exactly.
Mind the business that pays you. But I got a real how he know that she a cheater? Like, who told him? Because I'm not gonna say shit. Right. Who said that? Right. That's not true.
He probably doing from out the street.
I don't know what you say. My friend Faithful, I ain't telling. I don't know what you
Call me John, because I ain't seen a thing.
I ain't seen a thing.
I ain't seen nothing. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Who cheated? Not me.
Most guys feel birds of a feather flock together.
That is true.
They do feel like birds of a feather flock together.
Start talking about your raggedy friends and what they doing if we're gonna go that route.
Exactly. No Sweat by K says, but did you catch me? See, that be the thing. You being real insecure, but did you catch me? You ain't catch me. Right. So I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we
also,
got one more question.
Running the same friend group too, like that could
that part. And then the other part is like, I feel like it only should bother the significant other, regardless if it's male or female, right? I feel like it should only bother the significant other if they're friends with their primary person, like their number one person. That should be the only time that it bothers you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel. If you're listening on Instagram, you need to migrate over to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. That's where you can catch what everybody else is saying. So click the link in my Instagram bio and it'll take you right over to YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. All right, y'all, we got another question. Remember, this relationship segment is sponsored by No Sweat by Kay. Make sure you check her out. Get you a Black as Fuck t-shirt because I got mine, okay? It just is what it is. Okay. A man is dating a woman and she becomes pregnant. Once the baby is born, he finds out she didn't give the child his last name and then he breaks up with her. Is he overreacting? I'm going to go with Yada first. What child is your face, baby? It was your face.
I mean, I feel like that's a stretch. I feel like if you break up, like you are overreacting. That doesn't make it less your child because I didn't give them your last name. Like, what if we're not married? Like, then, like, what?
So
I
do
don't
you
think
believe you got to be
yeah,
married
that's you're
to
doing a
have
lot.
the last name?
What you say, Ivan?
Did she feel that you got to be married to get the kid the last name?
Ooh.
Well, I'm married. All my kids have the same last name. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's not set in stone that you have to do that, but yeah. I mean, I would enjoy if all the kids had the same exact last name, and then they don't have questions later down the line, like, okay, why is this my last name? And they have different last names. You see what I'm saying? Then it becomes an issue in
Right.
that area. So yeah, I don't
What
feel like
about
it's
you?
an issue. If you by chance don't get them last name, I don't think it should be an issue. That's not nothing that's worth breaking up over. I don't believe. That's a real big stretch.
Yeah,
Like
that's
What
if you
about
want
you,
to
Brock?
leave me, if you want to leave, just say that. Like
Just
don't
say
make
that.
that
If you don't want to be with me, just say that.
just say that.
What
Don't
the
make
hell?
that the issue though.
Facts.
Um,
Brock.
I don't have any kids, but I will say that in this situation, I do find that he is overreacting just a tiny bit because no matter what, at the end of the day, that is still his child. Even if he was to go on Maury, the lie detector, or not the paternity test, excuse me, the paternity test is still going to say he is the father. So at the end of the day, he's still the dad. It doesn't make him any less of, the child's guardian. If the last name thing, I don't really know how to comment on that just because I don't have kids and I don't know like the stipulations that is when it comes to like sharing names with people. But I do feel like he is overreacting just like just a tiny bit.
Yeah. So a lot of the Facebook users, I'm gonna get to you, Playboy, in a minute. A lot of the Facebook users are asking who last name they got. We're just gonna assume that she gave the baby her last name. That's the assumption with this card because there isn't a follow-up like, oh yeah, and by the way, we don't know. We're gonna say that the baby has the mom's last name. And to my sis, Ebony Williams' point, was he not in the room when she completed the birth certificate paperwork? Like, how you just finding out that?
That's a very good question.
That is
if
a
you're
really good
pregnant,
point.
then you know exactly
right
from the birth certificate.
Yes. Somebody else. So if you didn't put your name on the Facebook, if you didn't put your name in on Facebook, I cannot tell who you are. I'm just gonna say Facebook user. Christina Billy said, why wasn't the conversation had before the baby was born? I 100% agree. But what about you, Ivan?
Me, I'd have been in this situation before.
Okay.
And
right, Ivan, how many? No, I ain't gonna even do that. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No.
Actually, while we're on the subject,
I got 5, by the way, because that's what you was gonna ask.
I was gonna ask you.
Starting 5. Okay.
Hold on 1 second, guys. If you're on Instagram, click the link in my bio. It'll take you to my YouTube page. If you follow me on Twitter, you can see the full live on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. The Facebook page is Cubana Kiss and the Whew Chile Chronicles. Go ahead, Ivan. How do you feel?
I feel like I just want my kids to have my last name to leave my legacy on, but I ain't gonna trip over it over no relationship status.
Whew Chile. Okay, so I'm gonna say this much. I understand my bestie's point of view. Like, all the kids should have the same last name, blah, blah, blah. I only have one son. My son has his dad's last name. I do think, though, that if he was there during the whole pregnancy, you guys were together, why wouldn't you give him his last name? Why wouldn't you give the child his last name? It just seems like that would just be the normal progression of things. Now, granted, other things may happen. Like, I can understand if he was a complete deadbeat during the process, right? Like, I'm not claiming that baby. I'm not helping you with that baby. I can completely understand not giving the baby his last name. But if he was there and doing what he was supposed to do as a man, why not? Exactly. Why not? My son's father, he got his daddy last name. What the hell? I'm going to I don't even understand. Like, his ass was there. He was at every doctor's appointment. Like Ebony said, he was in the damn room when I signed the papers. He got his daddy last name. Like, it just is what it is.
Shout out to my girl.
Right. It is what it is. Somebody on Facebook says he shouldn't even have to ask if you had his baby, is his name. Like I said, I think there's, I don't know, y'all can chime in there. I think it's some
doing anything, then no. Like if you're not there for
and
me,
that's how I feel.
Being supportive, taking care of your child, then why am I carrying your legacy on and you're not doing anything to help your child?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If I'm carrying all the weight
too.
and paying for everything and taking care of everything 100% of the time, then what is me giving him or her your last name? What is that doing for you?
Hey,
some women
Ivan,
do it to
Christina
be
want to know. Christina want to know what is your legacy?
Like, what are you leaving behind for the child? Like, if you're working at McDonald's, I don't care.
Not only did she ask, what is your legacy, but she also asked, is it a castle?
Are you leaving Zamunda behind?
Right.
Oh my God.
What do your W-2s look like?
Right. What kind of legacy is it?
Trust me, when you paying over $100,000 a year in taxes,
Listen,
you making bread.
she is so funny. So yes, I really enjoy. I've asked one more question because I think these are fun. Actually, I bought these for my birthday party.
I was gonna ask you, are those the questions that's gonna come up for your birthday? I enjoy those.
I enjoy these questions. These are good questions.
Ooh, I hope it's something risque.
Oh, this one is
Right,
risque.
give me
I'm
something
actually
good.
gonna come to you first, so I hope you're ready. If you're on Instagram, once again, click the link in my bio. Once you click the link in my bio, you can go to Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Pick a platform. You can see everything. You can hear everybody else's commentary. Okay. If your child comes home and says that he or she is gay, what would your response be? And explain your response.
Well, for me personally, being of the LGBTQIA mafia, I definitely would.
No, gang,
Alphabet mafia.
Alphabet mafia, gang in this bitch.
Being a gold member, platinum member of that group. Me personally, of course I don't care. I don't think anybody should care. I don't think. And this is just me. Again, like I said, I don't have children, so I can't make that assumption. I can't make that judgment. You can't teach kids to be gay. Your kid is going to be gay regardless. If you put, JoJo Siwa on the screen because she just came out, they're going to just be gay, and like you either are going to accept it or not.
Yeah.
My thing is, it really comes down to the parent, how the parent reacts. That really says a lot about the parent's character, so much more than the kid being gay.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you all should just love your kids regardless. Your kids are special. If they are gay, they're going to grow up. And that is just like one little tiny thing about them. There is so much more to your kids than just their sexuality.
That part. Before we go on to Playboy, Cassandra says she going to say, I love you. And did you eat? Period. Like, I don't give a fuck. Who cares who's in your bed?
She said she
I don't
me,
care. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? That's all she want to know.
Exactly.
What would you?
I'm sorry. Can I make this point too? Your kids, and this is just me, like growing up, like I didn't realize that's what that was until I was like later on in life. Like to me, just the stuff that I was into was just because I liked it. I was intrigued by it. I was a kid. It like excited me. There was something like, ooh, this is weird. This is different. Right. To me, I didn't even realize who I was up until like I was like in my teens. So again, like your kids they're just being kids at the end of the day.
Right. All right, Playboy. Five cheering in. What would you tell your kid if they came home and said, yo, pops, I like the other side of the fence?
I don't. To be honest, I don't know how I react to it.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah, that's an honest
answer.
It's like I'm looking forward to that day my son come to me and tell me about his first girlfriend, and I ain't never looked at it from the other side because I have never dated a man or anything like that, so I wouldn't know how to look at that. And then for my daughter,
that's fair.
I know a lot of women do deal with women, but I don't know. I don't know how I react to that with my daughter, with my baby girls.
Yeah.
I think that's fair on both
respectful.
sides.
Yeah, I respect that though. I respect that answer. Like you don't. I don't know. Before I get to my sissy, my bestie, my brother Robert, he said that he got asked this question a couple days ago. I have no choice but to love them. I'm actually gonna share this because StreamYard kind of cool. I have no choice but to love them. Be it in it or through it. I do a lot of stuff that my parents don't agree with, but at the end of the day, I'm the only one that can put me in heaven or hell. Hey, and them still your kids.
That's very true.
Yeah, you gonna love your kid no matter what, but just understanding it or anything, you wouldn't know how to do that.
I don't know who this is because they didn't add their name, so it just says Facebook user.
Wash the dishes.
Cool, whatever. Wash the dishes. Like, no, but for real. So did you do your chores? Thank you. Are your chores done? Listen, Christina. At this point, my kid is gonna have to come out as straight to me because it's not fair that anyone has to come out. I agree with the whole coming out situation. I feel like you just, it just is what it is, but whatever. I don't know who this Facebook user is. You guys have to put your names in. So Facebook user said, well, I kind of knew, but not sure. So when she told me, I said no. What you mean you said no?
You can't say
I think they said I know. They just spelled it.
Oh, I know. I said I know. Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead, Yada.
Well, I'm a mom of 3. I have 2 boys and a girl. I feel like I love my kids, so whoever loves my kids or whoever my kids choose to love, I'll be happy as long as my kids are happy. As long as they're healthy, I don't care. Like if that's what you choose to do with your life, that is your God-given right. If I call myself a Christian, who am I to judge? Because I still do things that's not godly like or things that I shouldn't do. So I can't tell you what you should do or who you should choose to be with. If you're happy and that person is making you happy, whether it's a man or a woman, go for it, baby. As long as you're happy and they're treating you good. But the minute it gets out of line, then mama is stepping in, okay? Mama bear is here.
Period. Somebody on Facebook said, I would love them regardless, but I don't have to like or agree with my son or daughter. I do think that's a big thing, right? As parents and as kids, I mean, we're all somebody's child. Our parents didn't agree. They don't agree with the decisions that we make currently. Hell, my mama disagreed with it. I was gonna say, as a grown adult woman, my mama still be mad.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'll be 32. Why you do that?
Thank you. I'll be 32 a week from Wednesday. My mama still be mad at me when I do certain stuff. She don't care about whatever the hell is going on. She be looking at me like, why did you allow Cornell to do blah, blah, blah? Because he's my child. What the hell you mean? Why I allow him?
Like, you raised me. Let me raise mine.
Right. You raised me. You should trust how I'm raising him. Exactly. Like, I don't understand.
If you question what I'm doing, I mean, you didn't question, you don't think your mother was good. If you got to question what I'm doing.
Now, as far as the whole, like, my kid coming home and telling me that they're gay, he or she or whatever the case, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. Because, first of all, I went to a very artsy school, and I had a roommate in school who came out to her parents. And when I tell you, like, disowned her, told her it was a phase, you gonna go, you gonna get through this, da, da, da. And I was like, how is who you're physically attracted to a phase? Like, if I'm physically attracted to a woman, if I'm physically attracted to a man, how is that a phase? And then if I would have like Christina said, I don't have to come out and tell you I'm straight. So if I come to you and be like, oh, this is my boyfriend, are you going to tell me that's a phase? Like that, to me, it just didn't make sense. And I felt so bad for her. Like, I remember just holding her and consoling her when she went through that. So I probably just...
Even if they don't accept you, that's not gonna make you less gay or any of that.
Exactly.
Like, do what you want to do, regardless of how they feel about it.
Right.
Was this at Columbia?
Yeah, this was at Columbia. My roommate, I stayed on campus. My roommate came out to her parents. They had already felt like she was just kind of going through a phase in general by going to an art school. I went to an art school. Me and Brock met at Columbia at an art school. Artsy as fuck, and not just like an art school, But it's artsy as fuck. Like even in the radio department, it was super
Right.
artsy. It just is what it is.
You could show up to class naked and they'd be
I
like,
didn't
it's
even
art.
go to Columbia, but all the
Yes.
times I went on campus with my best friend, it definitely is artsy.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's artsy as fuck.
Artsy. I mean, I used to go to school. I used to go to class in my club dress the night before, and they were like, "We love how you
Love
express
it.
yourself." And I was like,
Freedom,
"I'm
that's how I got
drunk,
here.
but I'm gonna take this final." Like it just is what it is.
It's so Columbia.
It's so
Honestly,
Columbia.
the same thing happened to me when I went to Columbia. My parents didn't totally disown me. What had happened was that I had put on Facebook that I was in a relationship with a man. I had some family members that were on that Facebook, and my mom caught wind of it, and she just wasn't very happy because she was like, I didn't want that part of the family knowing. So my mom and dad kind of quit talking to me. But it really came to the point, and I was like maybe 20, 21 at this time. I put my foot down. I was like, you know what? This is who I am. You have to to live with. Yes, I literally was like, leave it or take it. You have to live with this. Like, I'm not changing. I'm not taking that off of Facebook. Like, you can cut me off. Don't send me money. Like, don't do whatever you got to do. But I think that once I finally did that, they really respected me.
Yeah.
And then they really started to they took a step back and they're like, you know what? Like, this is, again, like I was saying, this is just one aspect of your child. This is one aspect of who I am as a person. Everything else that I do has nothing to do with my sexuality.
It doesn't make me less of a great person.
Yes,
I'm still the
exactly.
same person.
My talents aren't diminished.
Now.
What you say, Ivan?
Super close to my parents now. I had a really for you guys that don't know, my mom is black, my dad is white. And growing up, I know I don't look black, but
yes,
my
do.
mom
you definitely do.
to some people,
John B right now. Just
well, I say that because a lot of people don't see that. Like, I know I don't look, like typical, like if I was walking on the street, but my mom always tried to instill in me, my brother and my sister, that like, you guys are black, like, be proud of who you are. Like, she really tried to instill these values. So then last year when those protests were happening, I really just like broke down and I was like, thank you so much for, like instilling those values in me. Because at the time I didn't realize it. I was just like, whatever, mom, like, I'm peach, like, I'm this color. Like, I really literally, like, that's what I always said as a kid. But like, when all that shit was happening last year, and like, I'm seeing like my people die in the streets, like, I really was like, damn, like, thank you for doing that to me as a kid, and like, it hit me now as an adult. But I don't know where I was going with that, but
no, I understand that. I do think that obviously I've been exposed to quite a bit. And so I do understand that whole, like, not only am I gay, obviously, like, I'm not gay, but not only am I gay, but I'm also biracial. And so it's like, which side of the argument do I fit?
Yeah.
Like, do I fit in this box? Yeah.
My racial identity was harder for me to grasp than it was my sexual identity, because like I said, I knew that in my teens, like I knew that like early on. That was something that I just, had to work on in myself. When it came to like my biracial identity, and I hate to be that like mixed person that like gets on the internet and is like, I'm too white for the black people. I'm too like that. Like, I don't want to be that person, but that is honestly, what happens out here. It's like people
half
bro,
Spanish
totally
and half
subject. But like, how did you feel like when like some of the stuff that was happening, like since you are biracial, so like when like the white cops were like killing like all the black men and stuff like that, like how did you feel? Like, was it hard for you not to like pick a side, but like how did you really like feel about it?
I don't need to. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I don't need to pick a side. I know like what's right from wrong, and I know that the cops were in the wrong, and at the end of the day, I'm always going to stick up for my people, and that is black people. Like, I have like everyone's back, of like every person of color's back. Like, I'm gonna, be on their side. Now, I'm not saying that I'm dismissing the white side of me, because I know who I am, but there are certain things that white people need to improve on, and I don't want to be associated with that right now.
Got you.
Sorry, like I'm not here for like just stopping a black person on the street and harassing them because they were walking in your neighborhood, or like, or season your fucking food, like, or something like that. Like I can't be associated with this. Y'all are embarrassing.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. Brock, actually, you're gonna help me with this one because it's about the whole Zeus situation. But first, we're going to play a clip.
Oh my god!
From Jocelyn Hernandez's new show. It's actually in season 2, and I need y'all to listen carefully. So I'm gonna add this to the stream, and I'm gonna play it. Hold on. All right.
You can change your life.
Okay, here we go.
I expect you ladies to understand this. You can change your life. And you can get out of the gutter. Industry. Are you crying?
I am.
What's going on? Why are you crying?
And it hit home for me. So
come step up. Come step up. Let me hear you. What happened?
I was saying the gutter is a rough place, you know, and you got to do everything, any and everything to make it, you know, every situation, including aborting twins, you feel me, to better yourself because I do want to leave you. But
you just had an abortion? Twins?
Twins.
Yeah, double homicide.
I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. That was not. I apologize. But I had to get you a little bit on here.
You got no chill.
That was a damn double homicide for me. Like, damn, bitch, you can't tell her story. Like, damn, you can't tell her story. Like, damn.
Oh my God. If you're on Instagram, you have to click the link in my bio.
Now,
go to either Twitter.
I agree with her getting an abortion because the dude didn't want to be with her. Like, that shouldn't be a reason why you decide to kill your child. It's
oh my God.
It's because you couldn't get a relationship. It's a damn double homicide.
Okay, wait. So listen.
It was the bitch like, for me.
Bitch, it was the bitch.
Damn, bitch. Like, you out here killing babies for real. Like, you ain't do one, you did 2. Like, you
Casey Anthony is shook.
Okay, listen. Wow. I was told because when it was okay. So this actually was sent to me earlier today. Like, you need to talk about this whole situation. But when it was sent to me, I sent the voice note back. I was crying. Okay, like literally in tears because it was the damn double homicide. I was like, which one of them hoes said that? Like, which one of them said that?
Punch turned her shit for playing like that. Like,
okay. Like, do not play with me.
Like, damn.
Oh my God, somebody said not Casey Anthony. I hate y'all so much.
Casey Anthony is shook.
Look, baby.
Listen.
Okay, so you know what my issue is with that? I'm so sorry to cut you off. My big issue is with Zeus. Like, I don't know any self-respecting person that has a Zeus account. If you do, can I have your login?
Look, that shit it looked very, very juicy. That made me really want to watch the show, but I don't want to personally get a Zeus account. But if you have it, please send your login because I will watch.
So my issue
I was
is
just gonna ask, what is a Zeus?
Zeus is like it's like another streaming service.
It's like Zeus is on 100.
Yeah, it's like what people thought BET was in the 2000s. Like,
exactly. Zeus is another
curse, do everything freely.
Yes, everything freely. So Zeus is definitely a streaming site. They only host certain shows.
They gave Black China like 15 of them.
Yeah, they don't have many, but they got enough. And
enough of Black China.
Enough so. Bringing the people in.
Okay, so are you guys familiar with One Mo? Are you guys familiar with One Mo Chance? Because there was a lot of.
I didn't watch it, but I saw clips of that too, and that shit looked juicy as well.
But did you see the controversy that surrounded that show?
Mm-hmm.
So for the listeners who don't know, there was a show called One Mo Chance with Chance from I Love New York. He got another show. They put it on Zeus. It was another dating show. It was a whole bunch of women. I actually watched the show, but there was a certain clip. They had a transgender.
It was also men on. I was just saying it was a man on there too, right?
Mm-hmm. They had a transgender contestant named Mangina, which is very transphobic. But then they had another girl on there who wasn't transgendered, but he kept alluding to the fact that she was, so he named her Believable. So New York from definitely the name. So New York from, I Love New York fame, Flavor of Love fame. She came on the show to do interviews with these girls, and she was asking this girl like about her ball sack and like, do you shave your chest and like all this stuff, like all these like very like transphobic comments. And of course the girl wasn't actually a man. So New York was under a lot of fire for that show in particular got a lot of heat, and it's just like it speaks a lot of volume to the programming that's on Zeus right now, hence why that clip with Jocelyn's Cabaret. I'm like, what is this shit you guys are putting out there? Oh, they're doing like a revamp of the Bad Girls Club on there.
I'm okay with that.
And then they also
I'm not mad about it.
Who did they have?
I'm not mad about it.
Hazel E meet up with somebody on there. And remember they were on there fight. Now look, now I did find that clip. I found the whole show on Facebook, and it was very, very interesting.
I forgot she did that. I don't remember who she was fighting with.
I can't remember who she did either, but it definitely was Hazel E and somebody she had beef with.
Yeah.
So this is my thing about the whole clip. Okay, so though I laughed at the damn double homicide.
It's not funny, but it was like funny in the context that she said.
Right, it was perfect timing.
Definitely perfect timing. Definitely funny as all hell. Definitely problematic because
very much so.
As it was put to me by the person who sent it to me, it was just insensitive as fuck. Like she's literally trying to open up. Yeah, she literally like, I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to get myself together. This is what I did. This is the issues that I'm having. And I also have to do this. Well, I did this because this guy told me he wasn't going to be with me during this process with having these babies. And so I had this abortion, and then some old ratchet hooking in the background from some damn double homicide. Like, what the hell are y'all producing?
I understood what she was saying, but when Jocelyn was the Puerto Rican princess, when she was talking about getting out the gutter, I was trying to see how killing your kids, like how that was getting out the gutter.
That's same.
I feel like she was talking about like getting out the strip club and like coming up
and
stuff. It's what I felt like she was talking about. She did kind of throw me when she started talking about the abortion. I'm like, that's not getting out the gutter, man. Like,
that's sleeping in it.
That's sleeping in it.
Like, you made a bed, sis.
Right. Release the doves, cause.
So with that being said, like obviously this might be kind of controversial, but that's what the Whew Chile Chronicles is about. They say what we say we want to say.
Whew Chile.
Whew Chile. How does that affect you guys when you hear people being like, well, not affect you guys, but like, how do you feel about abortions? And I want to start with Bestie. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, how does abortions kind of like you be like, nah, that ain't it, or do what you got to do?
Well, if that's what you feel like you need to do, if you feel like that's what's best for you, go for it. I'm not against it. Not that I would personally do it, but I'm not against it. If that's what you feel like you want to do, and that's what's best for you in your life, go for it. Like, who am I to judge you if that's what you decide to do? Like, if you want the baby gone, bye-bye, little baby. Like, I'll catch you.
Bye-bye, little baby.
Like, I'll catch you in the next life. Like, if that's what you choose, that's what you choose. Who am I to tell you no?
Oh, my God.
She had at least 5 months. She had at least 5 months to do that.
Good day. Somebody said she couldn't slide down that pole pregnant with twins.
That's why I say she got at least 5 months.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you with Playboy. Obviously you have 5 kids. Like if somebody was like, I'm getting an abortion, like what have that have made you feel as a man?
I'm not against abortion. So
look, he's like, oh, on my team anyway. He's like, my team is full. We ain't accepting no more applications.
He's like, I got my starting 5 already. I don't need no 6 man off the bench. So I'm Gucci.
Nah, but I really don't feel no type of way about it. The only thing I have problems with is like the states that's been forcing women that they can't get abortions. Like even if you've been raped and all that. I'm against all that. I think that's stupid that you would go to jail for getting an abortion for something that you didn't even try to do.
And then especially if you financially can't take care of this kid.
Right.
You feel like adoption isn't for you. You feel like that's your out, then let that be your out. Like why should I be judged for doing what I feel is best for me? Because you don't want to bring a child here, then you can't take care of it. Then you have this homeless child, or you have your child out here with like a random family you know nothing about, where they can be abused or anything can happen.
Right.
Brock, what about you? I know, you don't have any children. You're not in a situation where you could have any babies running around your butt.
Not kids. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong with abortions. Now, in the context of the situation that we just watched, do I think that what she did was right? No. Also, at the same time, I have to think that not a lot of people get the most proper sex education. I know for me, when I was growing up, I was watching like MTV's Undressed late at night. Like, that's how I learned about sex. Some people just don't know how to use condoms. They don't know how to clean down there. They don't know how to, put on contraception. So to me, I don't know the stipulations of her situation. I don't think what she did was right for that context. When it comes to abortions, though, it's a woman's right to choose. And also there's a lot of things that could go wrong. You could have been raped. There could be something terminally wrong with the baby that you just don't want to bring that child into the world with that sort of stuff. There's just a lot of levels that go to it. And I'm not a woman, so I can't tell what.
I feel like it was a little selfish, though. You got to because the guy didn't want to be like. That's not a reason to kill your child.
No,
like,
I do think that's a reason. So this is why I feel like that's a reason.
I'm not gonna kill my child because you don't want to be a father. Like,
right?
No,
so I feel like that might
have the next Barack Obama right here, but because your dad doesn't want to be around, I'm gonna say no. I'll catch you next time around. No, I'm not gonna.
I feel like that is a valid reason, and this is why. As someone who is a single mother who has a very active baby father, like my son go with his dad whenever he wants to. He call his dad tonight. It's almost 9:00. His daddy gonna come get him. It just is what it is. And that's just the type of relationship that they have. But I do think that is a valid reason, because if you I'm pregnant with twins, and you say you ain't gonna be here,
the same thing.
You say you ain't gonna be here. Right, that ain't one, that's two that I gotta handle by myself, and you saying that you're not gonna be here to help me, and I'm saying I need your help. I do think that's a valid reason. Also, if a daddy don't want to be there, fam, just deuce. Boom, I'm out of here. I ain't gotta raise them kids, I ain't gotta see them kids, I ain't gotta know them kids, I ain't gotta do nothing with them kids. So it's like she should be able to have the same out, and her out was to get rid of them kids. Now it might come out selfish or not, but I feel like that's a very valid reason. Obviously, I'm pro-choice. Do what you gotta do. Okay.
Yeah. Do what's best for you.
Do what you gotta do.
You gotta take care of them kids, not us.
Exactly. Because I'm gonna tell you what I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna give you no money. So I don't care what you do with your kids.
Look, I'm not changing that baby diaper. I'm not making money.
Period. And somebody said then they get mad when you get on link. No, but for real, because you had them kids. Now you gotta depend on public assistance, Section 8 or whatever the case is, and then they talking about you for that. Well, you knew who you was having a baby by. Like, hold on, fam. But if I get the abortion, you mad. But if I keep the baby, you mad because I still need help. Like, man, fuck all that. I do agree with
what's best for you.
Exactly. I do agree with Brock and a couple other listeners that we have. Sex education is very important, and I do think that we live in a society where sex is almost deemed not like. Don't talk about it with your kids. If you don't talk about it, they won't do it. Type bullshit. And I think that's what that's the big problem. Because I'm just gonna be 100 with you. As somebody who went to a Catholic school, you were not gonna talk about sex with me. I'm just gonna go try to figure it out myself. And that was not the best decision at all. So it's like you have to have those conversations, those candid conversations. Make it where it's okay for these teenagers to have somebody to come and talk to when they're interested in sex. Like, it just is what it is, and I think that's the real big problem. Somebody said, let me go have a baby so I can get
not so I can get some link. Shut up. Don't do that, sis. You had that baby and don't approve your ass.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever that is, sis, I got a baby. They won't give me no link. They won't give me not nan little bit of link. Even the pandemic link that they was giving everybody. Sis, I still got denied. Don't
like,
do
how
it.
You denying me and we're in a pandemic? Like,
we're in a pandemic. They like, you actually still don't need
it. That's a shame.
Thank you, Chris. Chris, I said the same thing. I got a baby and I still ain't got no link. And all I'm saying is that link is important. So if you're selling some, let me know.
Hey, me too. I need that. I love
It
to
just
eat.
is what it is. Yes. So give me 1 second. The next segment is sponsored by Mavi Minks. My sister,
Yay.
yes, my
Mavi
sister
Minks.
has, yes, Mavi Minks came through with the sponsorship. My sister owns a lash organization, lash LLC company, where she actually does lashes, lash extensions, and she sells what is it,
Look,
strip lashes.
And she does. I got my lash extensions.
She got
now.
right. Y'all got on her Mavi Mix. Okay, so if you're in California, take advantage of the April sale. You can get a full set of lash extensions for $65. And if you're a woman, you know that's a deal. So go ahead and check out Mavi Mix. We're gonna talk about, obviously, we gotta talk about this COVID shot. And I'm gonna go first this time because we talk Johnson & Johnson and all of them. I was actually scheduled today to go get my my first shot, and then I canceled my appointment.
Look, me, did you get it? Look.
Was it because it was Johnson & Johnson?
It wasn't. I had the option of choosing between all 4: AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer. Johnson & Johnson just got recalled, so obviously that's no longer an option. However, I canceled my appointment because I was so on the fence about getting the shot. I couldn't make an honest decision. I did all of the research. I talked to the people who I needed to talk to, doctors, nurses. I followed Christina. Christina's a great person to follow if you guys are like, you know, interested in information and stuff. She's been giving candid information, like her own personal experiences behind getting the shot and doing what she did or whatever, and information on it. I was so scared today about getting a shot after hearing about the blood clots with women with Johnson & Johnson. And in my head, y'all did the same testing and everything else that everybody else did, and the FDA still approved Johnson & Johnson. Y'all approved Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca. How I know I'm not going to get this shot and then on my birthday, like, I not wake up or something, or I'll be a zombie or something. I don't know. I was just like real nervous about it. I want to get the shot because I want to see my new guy baby. I want to travel. I want to do these things, but it's just like, as a Black person, to be honest with you, I don't always trust the medical community. And as a Black woman, I don't always trust the medical community. There's been plenty of times that, for instance, even when I had my baby, I really feel like if my sister hadn't been in the room, if Christina had not been in the room when I was giving birth to my son, would they have listened to me when I was saying certain things? And so she was a nurse, so she helped me. And so I just, you know, I don't know how I feel about it, but I want you guys to give your opinions about the shot.
Has anybody? I've gotten both of mine, and I did the Pfizer. The only side effect that I had when I got the first one was that I was just like, I had like really bad mental clarity. Like I had like brain fog. And I was just really tired, and I fell asleep, and I woke up and I was fine. Second one didn't do anything. I personally understand why people don't want to get it, or they have reservations about it. I mean, look at the Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah.
Stuff like the shit has happened in history, and I understand why people have their, you know, their reservations about it. But at the same time, you have to look and think, we've gotten so many vaccinations through our whole entire lives. Like, we had to get vaccinated to go to school. We've had to get vaccinations to play sports, do physical,
a lot
go
of
to
people
summer
don't
camp.
get vaccinated to go to school.
So
They
yeah,
don't.
I mean, some people don't,
Because
but
now it's like they don't really push the issue now. Well, at least out here in California, they don't really like. It's not really like super mandatory. Like if you're missing a few shots, they're not going to say, "Oh no, you can't come to school. You can still go to school."
oh, see, like Illinois, like growing up, like you had to have like those booster shots.
Yeah,
You had to have those,
out
like,
there, yeah. I was born in
Facts.
Illinois, but I live in California now. So out here with my kids, like if they don't get the shots, they're just like, okay, whatever. And like with the whole vaccination,
interesting.
I
My
don't feel
youngest
like
son is from here.
I'm not gonna get it, and I'm not gonna let my kids. I know they're gonna eventually, like it's gonna be needed, like for the kids in school and all that. I don't think I'm gonna go through with it because I just have flashbacks of when I got the flu vaccination, and like me and my oldest son, we were like, when I say we were like so sick, I'm like, I don't ever want to like have to go through that again.
Ivan, what were
Like,
you saying?
I
Your
don't want to do
son?
that.
My youngest son has never been vaccinated, and he lives in Illinois and goes to school and stuff.
But you have to get paperwork and stuff for that, right?
Yeah, you got to get it from a doctor stating that they never been vaccinated.
Yeah.
And then if it's like in your religious belief too, they won't like press the issue with you about it either.
So my sister, like I said, Christina is a great person to converse with if you have questions regarding this. Another new sister, Shari. I don't know her IG. Ruby, if you can drop her IG, that would be great. She's a great person to follow as well. They have great information about it. Johnson & Johnson apparently didn't do the same testing, so I stand corrected. They did not do the same testing as everyone else. However, I feel like FDA still approved them though. And so I had so many issues. Like, I'm not going to even front. I was on the phone today. Like, yeah, I'm going at 10:45 to get my shot because I want to see my granny and I want to hug my granny. And then I'm going to Houston and I'm going to go to Houston. I'm going to kick it with the bestie. And then I'm going to go do this. And then I was like, yeah, I canceled my appointment. I'm not going. And then I was like, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. And it was like, what you mean? I was like, no. I'm scared, and I'm just being 100. I got really scared, and not much scares Cubana. Okay, I'm not a scary bitch.
I was like, then there's a lot of people who've been showing like the side effects that they've been getting from it too. Like some people not having good side effects too.
Yeah, but this is the other thing. I had COVID. I got COVID at the end of the year in December.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at the end of the I avoided it the whole fucking year.
Wow.
The whole year. Got it at the end of the year.
I got it at the end of the year. What happened was my boyfriend actually had really bad flu symptoms, like horrible flu symptoms, and we had just came back there from visiting for Christmas. And to be honest with you, had he not had the symptoms, I would have had no reason to even think about going to get tested. I had congestion, and by congestion I mean like very mild congestion, and I was just very tired, and that was just about it. My son had it, and he lost his taste, and that was just about it. You would have never known anything else was wrong. So for me, the other issue is that like somebody said it in here, and I have to find it, where they said this is how I originally felt. Why am I getting this vaccine if I can still catch COVID? Yeah. And that's how I also feel. And I want to be very clear. I am not advocating neither, for or against the shot. I honestly did have an appointment today, and I will drop my screenshot showing. I had an appointment today at 10:45 at Malcolm X goddamn college. Okay. I was supposed to go today and I canceled it. And it was really because I got scared, but I also felt the same way. Like, damn, I'm gonna get this shot, or this is why I don't get the flu shot. I can still get the flu.
Exactly. I don't like you like, so what's the point?
And the other thing is that just like I said, I just feel some type of way about how we pushed it. Like I said, Shari is one of the people that I follow on Instagram. Here is her. This is Dr. Shari, because she a doctor, y'all. She fancy.
Come on, doctor.
But she actually shares quite a bit of information in her story, which is very, very informational, very transparent about what is going on. And even today it was so funny because I was talking to one of my really good friends on the phone, and I was just like, I'm just really concerned because now they're saying all these things that are going on with Johnson & Johnson. I'm scared to get any shot. Like, I'm scared. And then I feel like Shari might have been tapping our phone call, but it's okay. Shortly after Shari posted in her story that, you had a bigger chance of getting blood clots from all these other reasons, smoking, birth control, things that you eat, all these other things, than from a COVID vaccination. And I'm still scared.
Exactly. Like, I'm still not sold on getting it.
Right. I'm still not sold.
Me personally, I'm not gonna get it. I'm against it. Because they don't even say what's in the shot. You got states that took the shots and they get false positives for having HIV and everything else. Like, most vaccines have the actual disease or whatever you want to call it in it.
Exactly.
The COVID shot does not have the COVID in it at all. So why are they mixing all these other things in there to try to get rid of something?
Absolutely. I'm the
I
Facebook
just feel like I'm
user-
gonna die anyways. So
I'm gonna
regardless
die
if it's COVID, or
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
die
you know
anyway, but I'm not
what?
gonna get the shot to help my chances of dying sooner.
No, you're right. But
And
I'm
I
like, you
still
know
been
I'm
what?
trolling
gonna be
like
honest
crazy.
with you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am more than likely going to go get the shot. Because it's just so much things. Lord, I'm gonna talk like I got a college degree. It's so many things that I want to do. And I feel like by not getting the shot that I feel hindered or limited from doing those certain things. To be honest with you, like I just got back from New Orleans a couple weeks ago. And one thing I do want to say to all my healthcare workers, I've never had to wear a mask all day fucking long. But when I was in New Orleans, I had to wear that John all day long because I was outside in these streets. And when I tell you the bottom of my face broke out, I was sweating. I had marks. I was like, man, fuck this. If getting the vaccine means I ain't got to wear the mask potentially all day long.
But that's crazy. They're saying all these people took the shot. Why they still got to wear a mask?
Yeah, you still
because this is why I do know this answer. Christina, you're gonna be so proud of me. I know why you still have to wear the mask, because the shot is for you to protect yourself against contracting the virus. It is not for you giving the virus to someone. Just like with the flu shot. If you were to contract the flu after you get the flu shot is helping you to better handle those symptoms and treat those symptoms. Christina, if you're still on, right? Christina, if you're still on, please correct me. But that's what the COVID shot is for, is to help you be able to better manage those symptoms when if you contract the virus.
But the mask doesn't do anything anyway. They just doing it for people.
All the mask do is break your face out and make you hot. Because the
CDC said when they first came out with the mask idea that you can still catch it and still get it.
The mask incorrectly. Like it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. CDC said that when they first issued it.
Okay, so give you but okay, y'all. So I'm playing devil's advocate. Because I actually have done quite a bit of research when it comes to COVID. Now with the mask, y'all saying it don't do nothing. I necessarily believe that's true. I do. It's I feel like, okay, this was a perfect example. I saw it on Facebook. It was a perfect example. If a man is wearing no pants and he decides he gonna pee on you.
Man, I saw that.
He gonna pee on you.
That is not the same thing.
It is the same thing. He decided he gonna pee on you.
R. Kelly has entered the chat.
He able to kind of just like walk the bim. No. If he put on underwear, he necessarily can't walk the bim. If he put on underwear and pants and he got on his John, he got his together, he can't pee on you for real. Only thing that he can do is get the pee majority on himself. That's what I'm saying.
First off, let's start here. You're not gonna act like you want to pee on me, okay? Let's start there, okay?
But see, you got to transfer it to something else. Like,
my God!
Somebody spray perfume. You smell perfume. Am I right or wrong?
You do.
If I got my mask on,
if you got a mask on, you still smell it.
Do y'all double mask? Because I double mask. And I don't
double mask.
Are you still breathing?
Just because
are you still breathing with double mask on?
Yeah.
So in order to breathe the air, anything in the air still is gonna get to you.
Yeah, that's not closed. So shit can still seep into the mask. It's not like a closed surface.
Yeah, right. But isn't it like the molecule size though? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody
Christina,
listening?
I need you on the show. Listen, somebody asked if I can get Christina and Shari.
Okay.
I feel like, so the next live we do, if Christina is available, if Shari is available, I am going to get Christina and Shari on this damn show because I am not a fucking doctor. I'm a goddamn analyst, okay? I look at Excel sheets all damn day. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm just saying this much. I am going to I have to get myself mentally prepared I'm going to get the shot, mainly because there are people in my life who I need to see and I need to touch and I need to hug. And those people being very important to me. Like I said, I have a new guy baby that I have not been able to see. And to be honest with you, my sister, this is her third baby, and I ain't never not seen a baby within the first week of her having a baby.
Are you getting it because it's certain people and things that you want to do that you can't do without getting a shot, or are you getting it because you really want to get
that first reason?
The first reason, okay.
The first reason, to be honest with you, if they was like, we are in that phase of herd immunity where whether you got it, there's enough people who got the shot that we're okay, I would be fine. But I really want to snuggle and hug my baby. I want to go climb in my grandmother's bed and watch cooking shows. I want to go sit next to my papa and watch old westerns, and I haven't been able to do that for a year. The last time I saw my grandparents, I gave them a sweet potato pie on the porch and waited for her to come downstairs for her to grab the sweet potato pie. And that was like, that's the last time I saw my grandparents. That was in December. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss my people. And so it bothers me that I haven't really been able to do that, especially because I'm also involved in other things. Like my son, y'all hear me talking all this shit, but my son still play ball. I put him back in school because my son needed to be his ass in school because mommy is not a goddamn teacher. I just told y'all what the hell I was.
Virtual is not it.
Okay, because it just wasn't what it is. His mama ain't a teacher.
At school as well.
Period. His mama ain't a teacher. His mama is an analyst. What does mama do, everybody?
Okay.
She's a Excel sheet. That's what the fuck his mama do. So it just is what it is. So it's certain things that I've done in that aspect that I'm just kind of like, damn, I'm around people all the time. And I want to be around the people that I love the most. And I feel like in this instance, I haven't been able to do it. Like even next week, I'm having a small couples dinner party. I've required everybody to either one, quarantine for 14 days, like they said we need to do. 2, go get tested the week of because your ass can't come in unless you show me something. Or 3, have been vaccinated because I need the people around me in my life because one of the people that are coming to me, she's dear to me. I would hate if my sister got sick. She can't be sick. My sister can't be sick. Like she can't catch this shit. And so it's just like, it's certain things to me that's just very important. So if getting this shot means it's okay for these other things to happen, then I'm gonna do my due diligence and get the goddamn shot. But I'm gonna tell you this goddamn thing, America.
You just made me sound like a real half-ass person, okay? Look, I'm still not thought to get this motherfucking shot.
Well, can I get one of them plates on the sit on the porch for me wrapped up?
What you need right? Because wait, Ivy, you had some of my spaghetti. You had some of my spaghetti, right? You ain't had no spaghetti. Brock, have you had my cooking before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, how we go to college together? You ain't have my cooking.
Me and Brock need to go and get a plate.
Our class was really late at night, though. So I don't know
our class
if you were
was
like,
real late.
What? Our class was like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock at night. Why did we have that class? That's so ghetto.
I loved that class, but that class was late as hell.
It was so late. Yada has had my cooking. Them sweet potato pies smack, and so does that spaghetti.
Shrimp Creole
so
fire.
What time should I come get my plate off the porch?
He's like, so what time is pickup?
I got a 10-hour ride tomorrow. So.
DoorDash or not.
Christina did mention, Christina, I really need you on the show. I'm gonna call you after here, sis. So we're gonna have a COVID show. And I'm gonna try to get Shari as well because you guys are very, very much so educated on this topic. And so that would be great to have 2 Black women talking about this situation. Christina, I mentioned herd immunity. Like if we were at that stage of herd immunity, then I wouldn't care about not getting the shot. But because we're not there, she mentioned we are nowhere near herd immunity. And we won't be because too many people are choosing not to get vaccinated.
She was talking to y'all.
I feel like she came at me.
I was like, right. Look, I'm gonna hold off on this.
Yes. Devon stated that he hoped that there were no long-term effects. That there are no long-term effects that affects us later on in life, but Christina wants us to know that the vaccine actually wears off after 6 months. So this is very similar to the flu shot in the sense that you have to get it annually, right? You need to get your flu
Yeah,
shot
they're
annually.
gonna be
You would have
booster
to get-
shots.
After
Yeah, you would have to get like a booster shot annually because it wears off in 6 months, so there should be no long-term effects. Thank you, Christina. Girl, I'm getting you on the show, so get
So
your
with it wearing off after 6 months, is there a chance you can still get it once it wears off?
Well, you can get it when you get it.
While you
can
have
still,
it, right?
yeah, you can still catch COVID while you have it. So
Yeah,
See,
that's
it's
really
no
what
point in
I'm
taking
told.
it if
So
you
I
gonna
can
still
get
catch
this
it.
shot.
I'm not saying there's no point in taking it. I'm with Brock. Get your fucking shot.
How about this? As long as I got God on my side, I know He won't fail me. Okay.
Right.
Hey,
This is just a really this is a
Y'all are-
polarizing
Well, down my
conversation.
this is very polarizing. Like you got the people at the top, like get your goddamn shot. People at the bottom, like fuck that shit. Don't get that shot. Actually, when I was putting together this panel, I was very cautious of who I was gonna put on the panel because I wanted to make sure we had a mix of opinions because it's boring when everybody feel the same way. This is fun. Like this is fun when everybody got like a different view of what's going on because it just kind of helps everything flow.
When it comes to the vaccine, it's very polarizing, and I just can't tell people what to do with their bodies. So for you guys, like if you don't want to get it, that is totally your choice. Just like we were talking about the abortions, like it's your body, your choice.
Right. I know somebody said you out here trying to kill people. You don't want to get the shot.
For me and my
you don't want to wear a mask.
Hey, I'm glad they don't know what kind of job I got because then they really gonna hate me.
Oh my God!
You're supposed to get it. You should have been the first in line.
Yes.
They be like, oh, you one of them killing the black people too, huh?
You know, I forgot you did go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all are so fun. I do want to say this much though, so everybody that's listening, my podcast, the Whew Chile Chronicles podcast, turns 1 this Saturday, and when I created the podcast, thank you so much. For those who know me, they know me, and for those who don't, I went to Columbia College Chicago, and I actually have a degree in radio broadcasting. So me having a podcast is not far in between what the hell I really wanted to do with my life. But I got pregnant with the best kid in the world, and I had to make money. And radio don't pay no fucking money. And so I had to take care of that.
And don't pay no money. But
yeah, it just is what it is. So says he clearly don't like protection, right? Because you got 5 kids. You don't want to wear no mask. You don't want to take no shot.
They own your ass.
I like my 45 that stay on my hip though. I like that. That's the only protection I need.
That's the only protection.
Ivan, they own your ass, bro. They own your ass. But yeah, so me having a podcast actually just makes sense, right? It just kind of flows into who I am as a person and what I love to do. I originally started the podcast because, for those who don't know, I am really big on supporting Black business. Both of the sponsors on today's show, both Mavi Minks and No Sweat by K, are Black woman owned, which were started in the middle of the pandemic. So run their ass up. But I was really big on having a platform for both small businesses, right? Because not all businesses are owned by Black people. It just is what it is. But small owned businesses, those mom and pop businesses that have struggled during the pandemic, but also those Black owned businesses. I wanted Black ownership to be a big portion of my show. And I wanted people to be able to have a platform where they didn't have to code switch, because I'm not code switching no more. I'm done doing that ever. When I answer the phone, hello, you reached Yaya. How can I help you?
How may I
It is what it is. But I used to be really good at code switching, and I don't want to do it no more. I want people to know who I am, because how I speak is based off of where I was raised, not based off of the education and the background that I have. I'm actually extremely smart, and I think people don't really know that because I'm just super goofy, but I'm smart as hell, and it just is what it is. And so that's how I be telling people, they don't listen. But I'm just really goofy, and that's just what it boils down to. So I started that podcast for this reason. And then I have people like Cassandra and people like Ebony and like my brother Robert and my sister Deandra and my sister Ruby and all of these people that came to me and they was like, we don't get a lot of your personality because you're doing a lot of interviews. And so because we are 1 year in, the last interview that I will be doing will be posted this week is with my girl Ashley Lachelle from Reflective Music Group. Shout out to Ashley Lachelle. She's a singer. She is dope. That will be the very last interview that you guys get. And the next couple episodes from me, they'll be like this. They're gonna be real kicking it, real fun, real chill.
This a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of panels, a lot of fun discussions, and a lot of a good way for you guys to see who I really am. I am really super fucking goofy, and it just is what it is. I like to crack jokes. I like to have fun. I like to drink. I like to smoke. I like to turn up. Like it just is what it is. It just is what it is. With that being said, right, Wow Hunters. I think this might be Nick saying that, my bestie from grammar school. We grew up in Roseland.
Hi, Nick.
We grew up in Roseland. It just is what it is. And so I just want to thank everybody for supporting me for this last year. I started my podcast in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't think that I would be a year later, like, damn, I'm still doing it. Like,
you were destined. You were destined for this. I'm telling you, like when we had class together, I was like, she's gonna make it. Like you have the personality, you have the whole entire package to carry your own show, no matter what platform it's on.
Yes, thank you guys so much. And I thank you guys for joining me as my panel. You'll see a lot more of Playboy Just Yada, and you definitely gonna see some more Brock in just future episodes. If you want to support the Whew Chile Chronicles podcast, you can always send a donation to @CubanaKiss on Cash App. And if you have a Black-owned business or a business in general that you want to support, we will be doing a Black-owned business of the week. So hit me up. If you're a music artist, we will be having an artist of the week, and our listeners will be able to download or delete. So don't come to me if you're sensitive, okay? Because if you're sensitive, this ain't for you. This ain't for you if you're sensitive.
So when does this part start? When are we doing download?
This will be starting next week. I have a few artists that have already sent their stuff in. I will reshare the Instagram post so that you can email me your music. You can email me your music, and we will have an artist of the week. During the show, you guys will be able to pick whether or not we download or deleting that John. And it just is what it is. Look, I'm saying John because my sister and brother are from the East Coast, so it's just what it is.
My partner's from Philly, so I hear it all the time.
Yeah, my brother and sister are from Philly, so I say John a lot sometimes when I talk to them. It just is what it is. But thank you all for the congratulations. Thank you, Brock, Playboy, Just Yada, my bestie, for coming through and being guest with me. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure y'all follow me @CubanaKiss on everything: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm there, and I'm waiting on you, honey. Until then, y'all, TTYL.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye.